When was the last time that life wounded you? Have you ever met a person in life? I bet you have. Where you know them for a little while, and then all of a sudden they start kind of telling you their story, and you like absolutely can't believe like how many bad things they have survived in their lifetime. Like, what? Death of this person, tragic car accident, cancer, da 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 da, and you're like, what? But they've already suffered more traumas in this lifetime than you and 10 of your friends combined. But here's the really crazy part about some of those people is how kind, compassionate, and healed the person seems to be. Some people really choose to turn their wounds into wisdom. I'm Sage, I'm a growth coach, and that's our topic today. The real flex is how many wounds can you actually turn into wisdom? So why should your goal be to turn rough times into ways you can grow smarter and learn? Well, every experience in life, good or bad, is an opportunity to grow into a better version of yourself. And I've discussed this before, but that is one of my beliefs of why we are here, is to grow into a better version of ourselves. Okay? That growing doesn't end when you graduate high school or graduate college or get your first job or get your marriage lined up. Like, that's not when we stop growing, people. We stop growing the day that we no longer have a pulse. That's what I believe. And some of the toughest moments in life are the actual best teachers because they can break us wide open into a new perspective. Doesn't mean I wish a bunch of bad things on you for that learning experience, but I'm telling you that they certainly can be the best learning moments. And doesn't it sound great to not have to repeat tough times or mistakes? So here's a couple quotes. The real flex is how many wounds you can turn into wisdom, Billie Jean. And I based this video off of that. And good times become good memories, and bad times become good lessons, unknown. So how good of a job do you do at turning the tough times into opportunities to be more intelligent and navigate life a little bit better? And how could you do an even better job of that? All right, I got you. We got 4 today. 4 ways to better turn your wounds into wisdom. Number 1, allow yourself time to actually grieve and process your emotions. Just like I said, some of those, really bad times are some of the best teachers, but that doesn't mean I'm like, oh, stick it in the rock, oh, push that over here. No, you need to feel the pain and the hurt and the anger and the disgust of that situation. Because if you don't allow yourself to feel that now, it's gonna creep back later. Mark my words. Number 2, break it down. After you have time with your emotions, then break that experience down into kind of smaller pieces to analyze each properly, or get somebody to help you do that, because your emotions might still be clouding your judgment, okay? Number 3, I like this one. Add tools to your toolbox. Okay, so I have a friend who just moved into her first place ever. And I'm so proud of her, and she's been a rock star, getting into this space. And I've had this experience of remembering where I was when I was in that space in life. And I remember we started off in our house with literally a screwdriver and a pair of pliers, and that was it. And if the flathead screwdriver we had didn't work because it was a Phillips, then we were just out of luck. I mean, that's all we had. And it's the funny thing about life is that you really start off with a tool or two. And then, this breaks and you're like, maybe we should pick up a wrench. go to Lowe's and pick up a wrench. And oh, now we need a hammer. Okay, now we need a sprayer for our house. Okay, now we need this. Now we need this. And then you have to buy like a box that it all goes in, right? And here's where all the tools are. So what if you started looking at your life and your experiences as kind of that exact situation, until you keep actually going through things that are different and more difficult, you won't add the skill set, which are actually tools in your toolbox, to be able to navigate the next one. So you've gotta build your emotional processing toolbox, just like you have to build your actual toolbox, when you're moving into your new place. Part of life. Lastly, number 4, forgive, have gratitude, and let it go. You can't really move through the experience, the lesson, until you can forgive. And forgive isn't forget, but forgiving is releasing the toxic energy with it or associated with it, and then having gratitude for it, giving you an opportunity to grow a little bit, and then just letting it go. See ya, right? So circling around, the real flex is how many wounds you can turn into wisdom. Which one of these tips resonated with you? There was 4 good ones today, so hopefully something caught you. All right, here's your intention. I gain more knowledge with every experience. You got to choose to do that. Build your toolbox. Oh, thanks for joining me for this one. I really feel like this can be beneficial to anyone at any time. So share it with somebody who you think might benefit. Direct them to our group, our page, and to my YouTube, Sage Robinson Miller, because there's a whole host of resources over there. Love you.